Hi everyone. Clipped pedals have been on. I showed you the video, and I'm going to go out and have a little play with them. Oh, which foot to clip out? That's okay. That was a fail. You've got to get used to these. I must admit, I haven't touched them since I put them on. Weather's been pretty poor out on the bike, if I was honest, but we are going to have a little go at them. I think what I'm going to do, so I've got to be ready to clip out here, ready to clip out. I did just practice there clipping out. I'm going to stay clipped out. Stay clipped out. Not the best. Don't know whether these pedals balance back to the position where you can and should be able to clip in. So I'm approaching behind's the problem. Thank you. That's Beth. I am going to head ahead. Been seen okay, no problems. All right, so first little experiment of coming up to junctions with it is clipping out, not a problem, totally fine. But do the pedals sort of then self-center, so your foot's in a position where you can then clip back in easy. Have you got to feel that with your foot? Possibly. It's quite cold today. Aware of the car behind, no issues. So we're going to have a look at it at the next junction as well. Just I'm conscious of looking down to see where my feet are. Is that normal? I don't really want to do that. Didn't really matter too much when I used to wear them mountain biking. So I'm gonna obviously go straight round there. There's nothing to clip out for in that scenario. And I think I'm not gonna push it, but I think what I've got to do is trust myself to have that ability to clip out a little later, but not leave it too late. I think that is the key to it. Good for the Mini. Overtaken at the correct time. No issues. Staying positive here. All fine, no issues there. I suppose as well, what we've got to do is be ready to unclip if there's any issues. Junctions, for example, but just go careering on and then not able to unclip. There's then a potential that I could come off where I don't need to. Okay, no probs. Let's have a little look at this. I'm going to try and filter, because there is an advanced box clipped out. no issues. Not going to go around just yet. There's a couple of cars coming. Have a little look at it now. Now, where is that pedal? Got it there without looking. Just being careful of the lights changing now. Clip out. No issue. I'll just put a right arm signal on to show people what I'm doing. So that last time was better. I think, as most people do, oops, they look at, that was a pretty poor one. Most people do, they look at the pedals first time round. I see that with the learner drivers all the time. Is that normal? With the clips? There, I put my heel on the pedal too much. And that's a little bit of a learning curve for us as well. Now I'm going to head left. All good. One thing I've obviously noticed before as well, and it's an important part to clipped in pedals or clipless pedals, is get used to lifting up as well as pushing down. Got back in a lot better there. It wasn't quite clipped in properly though. Are you coming past there? That's a little close from a Mini. Okay, so it's just playing about with them till you get confident. So I think clipping out, because I've had experience with that before, like I said, I've used the mountain biking, but I had the, as you saw when I first put them on this bike, had the dual pedals clipped in on one side and then normal pedals on the other. So we always had that benefit, but it's new to me not having that other side of the pedal to be able to push and get going. When I'm moving off, I probably need to just try and move off mainly with my right leg, push down and then pull back up again, because then that's going to allow me a bit more time to get clipped with me left. Is that how you do it? I'm just thinking out loud as I try these on the road for the first time. Okay, let's have a little look at the junction at the end. I think what I'll do, I'll go and have a little look at some roundabouts. We're on green. No, we're not. So this is the bit that I'm interested in. Uphill as well. I was in the wrong gear there as well. Should have geared down a little bit more. Okay, not brilliant. Not quite clipped in properly either. That's on the wrong side of the pedal. Problems. I got to point my toe the other side of it. Probably. We're downhill a little bit here, so we've got an easier situation. Okay. So just looking at that pedal, it's sat the wrong way round. Interesting. Are they just not quite balanced right because they weren't expensive pedals? Be interested to know your comments. So that was a lot easier because we were downhill, but I'm still not clipped in. It's upside down again. Interesting. So I'm having a few little issues with it. And I don't actually like having my attention taken away. I've gone on a lot recently on the driving channel about getting rid of fluff. And this for me at the moment is fluff. It's extra things that's taking my attention away from what I should be actually doing. Gear down. No, I'm good. I am going to signal to help the Fiat and other vehicles know behind exactly where I'm going. Oh, look at this one. Ready to clip out, gear down, take my time, do the utmost to keep things moving. Yeah, we're good. So, I've been seeing, yes, that is a good part to the clips, I'm suspecting. That you then force yourself to plan a little bit more while you're in traffic. Now that's what I would do normally, so that's nothing new to me, but suppose not everyone's going to be planning like I am. One little bit just before I put my bike away, yeah, we've got my radar system, but I've been using with the footage my Technologic HC1. I've only just realised, I've had it for ages, that you can pull this part out and literally it goes away with you. So you don't have to keep on taking the bolt and the mount off your bike to take the camera off. And I am up it. Links are in the description. Use the code Ashley and you save yourself an extra 5%. Cracking little unit this. In the hole, people have been pretty good coming past. Go and do another roundabout. I'm going to turn right. So there's a nice little time for me to get myself across. No issues. So just trust myself to have that ability to clip out, and I can do quickly. It's clipping back in for me that's the problem. Might just be me. So I clipped out there and I probably didn't need to, but rather be safe than sorry. Just aware of people, because I do not have the ability to adjust my speed to fit into a pocket of space as much. I will do a separate video on roundabouts about how I deal with them and how you can keep safe on a bike. But for now, that just gives you a little taster. Yeah, it is a little unusual that you've got that ability to keep pedaling on the upstroke. It's not just pushing down. That will be good for me, working extra muscles again. So no problems. Perhaps should have bought some glasses out today as well. It's quite bright. And the coldness does have an effect. I am going to turn right. Always have that little shoulder check just before you turn. You can't necessarily rely on hearing everything. The wind in a certain direction may just block your hearing of something approaching. So always have that little shoulder check, both sides before you go. I'm going to go straight on here. Getting the brakes bedding in a little bit more. I haven't used them much. So I'm just going to be ready to clip out here. I'm good. Which foot do you generally clip out? When I did the bike ability training to train to deliver, although most of you know that I didn't bother doing the final assessment. It's left foot down, because that's curbside. I'm going to clip out here, but I don't need to. Get pedaling, just rest my foot on top for a bit, assess the traffic around and slip off. Damn. Is that normal? Was that the correct approach, do you think? Interesting. I'm sure I'll improve, and that's what I've always said about me doing the cycling on this channel, that yes, I'm switched on to more than most people can possibly imagine. It's not an ego thing, that's just the job that I do. I'm watching far more than people generally do. But these little intricacies of having a go at clipless pedals, I think it's important. There's been no issues while I've been faffing about either, with vehicles behind. They've been pretty good, so quite happy with that. Primary ready to clip out. Do my utmost to keep things moving, no problem. Taking this second exit. Okay, all good. Got a little bit of a hill to climb here. I'm going to stay, well, we could get going a little bit more. I'm going to stay in this secondary position here. But what would that mean to vehicles approaching behind? That they can come past. The cars just did it the other side with the other cyclist. Interesting. Never realised that hill was so steep. That was quite a steep one. What about here? Narrow space, clip out, down a couple. Happy. Clip out again. All good. Take a little bit of a breather. So what have we found out? Is it my pedals? Because they don't self-center to the correct spot? Is that just something you would get with a better set of pedals? Is it just me? a little bit of experience or lack of, perhaps. If you're planning well enough, it's no big deal. So there, I was just lightly pedaling, and now, oh, the pedal was decent there, was in the correct spot. Perhaps that's my best tactic for now, is to not try and pedal too hard moving off until I've clipped in and sussed everything. It's sort of like, for me, a decent analogy is lane changing after joining a motorway, where you sometimes just sit and settle in lane one until you've got sorted with everything. That's the first thing that springs to mind with that. Is that something that tends to happen, or do you tend to just do it without thought and you just feel the pedals? I don't know how I can do that though, because with the cleats on the bottom of the shoes, they're quite thick. Hopefully you can still hear me with this wind. Yeah, the cleats on the bottom of the pedals are quite thick, so it's really difficult for me to feel which way the pedals are. Is that just normal? Okay, interesting. Let's go and have a little go at a roundabout again. Gonna go, I could take an easy route really and just turn right, head down past the prison and then back in, but I'm gonna go and get more junctions done so I get to practice more. It's doing nothing for my training of using these pedals if I just go in straight lines. So let's have a little look at this. Gearing down and making sure I'm prepped. Not sure where the learner's going with the right signal on. Definitely keeping back of them. Let's see, it's going there, that's fine. People have no clue of signalling, have they? Okay, no issues there because I kept it moving. It's in the best place to park, but you're there. I don't know whether he's broken down, but his car was running. Okay, we've got a little section up ahead where going straight at this roundabout, it's the third exit. Remember, the number of exits that you take has little bearing. That's what we've got to put up with in Liverpool. Anyway, yeah, the number of exits that you're taking has little bearing on your position on the approach. I think I need to do something a bit stronger with that on maybe both channels. So let's have a look again. I'm not going to clip out until I have to. Yeah, all good. Just got to trust myself a little bit more for that. Trust my abilities to be able to clip out and suss things out. I am going to turn right at the next roundabout. Thank you, buddy. Nice driving. Same process here. I'm going to turn right. Right arm signal. BMW's the one. Could clip out, I could clip out. Don't need to. Bit more confident with it now. Another right arm signal at this point. Shows people behind and getting out of their way. Not going to bother with a left arm signal to go in here. Around the markings. Okay, so all in all, I'm not brilliant at it yet. What I need to do is just spend time with them. Notice though, there has been an improvement, and do your utmost all the time to safely practice. Whatever you're deficient in skill at, work on it. That's it. Might be your positioning. Are you weak with your staying in primary doing a left turn like that? Do you charge into gaps with this car coming the other way? It's okay. They've decided to let me go, so I'm going to get on with it a bit. Thank you. Everyone's been pretty good. There was a mini early on that was maybe a little close. Just going to communicate. What am I saying to the car behind? Yeah, no issues to come past. Not sure I would have there if I would have held back. In any case, it was still safe. So, clip pedals. I am going to stay with them for a bit. Not sure it's going to be a long-term thing. I don't know. I've not made up my mind yet. And I'm not going to. Let's have one last go at this one. Flip out. This is a little bit more awkward because I've got to get out, and I didn't do a brilliant job of it. I panicked there a little bit. Shouldn't have gone probably. And that's as simple as that. Mistake, hold my hands up, accept it. I'm taking a gap there that I would normally quite comfortably take, but because I had extra fluff to do, I messed it a little bit. Didn't cause anyone any problems, but that's something next time that I'll aim to change. Do that with every single thing that you do on the road. Accept your mistakes, own them, and do better next time. That's simple. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. That'll do me. My nose is running. Got a few other things to do this afternoon, so heading home, and we'll be out soon on the bike. Weather's getting a little bit better again. Keep safe. I'll see you soon.